I've recorded this intro like 5 times, and it has nothing to do with welcoming you to the Shielded Prepper. It has to do with what we're going to talk about today, and it's going to require us to pay attention, including me, because it can be a bit of a tongue twister. And if we're able to articulate this, I truly believe that this will bless us. And it's not something what I believe, it's what I know. It's what I know, and it's something that we're all should be being pulled to, because today is a dreary day, and I'm struggling personally to be productive because it's cooler. We've got a lot to do. It's Friday. The park has 100 people coming today. It's actually going to be fairly busy. I would say about 100 guests will be on site today, arriving today. And here's what I intend on sharing with you. There is a great model, and I'm intend on saying this correctly, so bear with me here if I have to correct myself. Many people get stuck in this idea that once I have something, then I'll do the right thing to be that type of person. So here's what it is. A weak mind, a poor mind will say have, do, be. Once I have $1 million, or whatever that is, which really isn't even that much money, yet for the example, once I have $1 million, I'm going to do the things that millionaires do and be like them. Once I have it, I'm going to change the way that I do things, because once I have it, I've got to make sure I take care of it, right? Rather than the flip side of what we should be thinking of is be, do, have. We have to be like them now, do what they do to have what they have. I guess you could also say do, be, have. Do the things that wealthy people do now. Be like they are with how you run your life wherever you are to have what they have. It's the truth. If we're not acting like we're looking to go forward, and this is a huge accountability conversation, not just at you, this is for us. This is me included. This has been one of the most interesting experiences of my adult life. And here's why I say that. We are sitting here, for those that will be viewing this, at Red Rock Canyon Adventure Park in Hinton, Oklahoma. This is a campground that we purchased almost a year ago, and we have been stewarding this land and upgrading it. And that's what's behind me, these Red Canyon walls. It's beautiful. It's over 300 acres, 311 acres. It's huge. I mean, from one end of the park to the other, from the office to the back of the park is 2 miles, or maybe just over 2 miles each way. So this place is big. It's a huge responsibility. And we have to be thinking about this park and what can we do now? How will this produce a behavior of being this way to have what we intend on having? We intend on this being a grand investment. Whether we keep it and manage it for a period of time or we sell it, we have to do the things that wealthy people do. We have to be like them. What things are they doing? They are constant learners. Wealthy people are constant learners, even on topics that they may already have a fundamental understanding of. Wealthy people are learners. Leaders are learners. Excuse me. You can also say leaders are readers. So if you intend on expanding your understanding of leadership so that you can do the things now with limited resources, and some of you may have a lot of resources, and for those of you that have a lot of resources, it's super important for you to constantly be top grading your knowledge, your wisdom. You can have all the wealth in the world and be foolish, and it's just water through your fingers. We have to do the things that wealthy people do. We have to be like they are. They are learners. They're constantly improving. And for those of you that know wealthy people, they're interesting in one aspect. They are fierce about consistency. Do, be, have. We have to do what they do right now, even with little. Manage how they manage. This is huge for me right now because I'm in this shifting tide. What would they do? What would somebody that was wealthy, that was stuck in a tricky situation or difficult situation, what would they do? We have to begin to think like that. And then the be like them in perpetuity. How are we intending on continually making great decisions to have what they have? Let's not get stuck in the mindset of have, do, be. So once I'm wealthy, then I'm going to do the things that wealthy people do to be like them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the doer first. Donald Trump had a great quote on this. That you can, oh God, how did he put it so great? I'm going to loosely describe this. There was like 6 or 7 life principles that Donald Trump has given, that he has lived his life by. One of them in particular, I'm going to share both of these with you. So if you made it this far, you should hang on. One of them specifically had to do with execution over knowledge. It was really interesting. We talked about this the other day on Ready, Fire, Aim, right? We talked about this. Sometimes you just got to get some ordnance downrange and figure out the direction you're going, just kind of know where you're at. Boom, go. And he said consistency of action is more valuable than knowledge. Get going and gain knowledge as you go forward. Talking about today. We have to do, be, have. We have to do what millionaires do or wealthy people do. We have to be like them, constantly learning. It's very important, very important. You understand? We're going to have what they have. Our measure of wealth must start with our wisdom first. This is very important for us to understand. The second point that Trump pointed out is he says it's great to have a lot of acquaintances, people that you know, like, and trust. Yet he anchored on those in your personal circle. God, we've even talked about that, how important it is to have a couple of people that you really trust, that you know are those that encourage you and build you up, and they're not looking for anything in return. If we don't have those friends, we have to develop those type of relationships. You know how we do that? We sow into it equally. We be an encourager for somebody else and a cheerleader for someone else. We have to have people in our life that are not interested in what we can give them, rather how they can help us. If you have someone in your life like that, put it in the comments. I think today is really important on this dreary day. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get a little wet. I've got my gloves ready to go. I'm going to be in the tractor. It is climate controlled. And we have to do the things that a wealthy person would do right now, even when it takes everything. And when we have to be like them to have what they have. Appreciate you guys. Keep your shields up. These little daily wisdom points are a grand encouragement for me. This is an opportunity for me to uplift and to encourage out of my mouth. We should be doing this. You should be doing this as well. Encourage somebody. If you've been holding back putting out content and you have a powerful encouragement or a piece of knowledge that you can offer somebody, even if you think it's little, now may be the time. Think about it. For those that have started their YouTube channels off of the Economic Ninjas encouragement, I know 2 of them in particular, maybe 3 subscribers right now that I've had indirect communication with, and maybe a 4th. I think maybe 4 now I've had communication with that are starting YouTube channels. Start small, be humble, be encouraging, offer something of value, and just start. Just start. I'll help you. Shields up. Shielded Preppers out. I love you guys. I'm praying for you today. May the Lord bless you and keep you and shine his holy face on you and be gracious to you. And may he lift up his face upon you and your family and give you peace. Amen? Amen.